The Connecticut Farmer and Feast Cookbook features more than 40 farmers and producers who contribute to our state's locally grown movement. It was written by Chef Emily Brooks, who is back with us in the kitchen. It's fabulous to have you back with us.
Thank you. Playing with our vegetables
already?
As usual. I know.
We can't be playing too soon, right? Let's talk about our vegetables. All right, this is a time of the year you don't really see a whole lot of fresh produce. At least I don't think so anyway, grown in the supermarket. So what can we find it's locally grown and fresh?
You'd be surprised. A lot, especially your winter greens, your chards, your kales, your lettuces.
Really?
Those are also growing right now. Farmers have loads of it right now. And there's winter markets. You can go to the Department of Ag website, and there's a big brochure on winter markets.
I realize that there are winter markets.
And all the farm stands, for the most part, are still open. So you can get, I mean, we still have apples and carrots and turnips and squash.
I try to buy fresh, and that's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and there's, you know, there are winter markets here in New Haven that you can stop in to and get all this stuff on your way home.
And what do you like to cook this time of the year?
I kind of go through phases. So I'm in the butternut squash phase.
Yes.
You know, with butter.
And it looks
and
so
more
good,
butter.
more butter and brown sugar.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, sometimes that's just my whole meal. For some reason it tastes good.
Well,
it's
very,
down with a big
it's a very
bowl.
meaty veggie.
Yeah.
And you can get you can
it's
fill up with that.
And it tastes good, especially with the butter.
Absolutely. Well, today we're filling up with Swiss chard.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really, we're afraid of this vegetable. It's relatively harmless. You know, it feels like lettuce. It's got a nice light leaf. You can eat it raw. It's actually quite good raw. You want to try it?
Sure, I'll try it.
I mean, you know, keep in mind there's no salt and pepper, so it'd be a little bit drier. But it's good.
It does. It's a little crunchy to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you choose the best Swiss chard? How do you do that?
Greens are kind of like you would choose lettuce. So
it's very colorful, the stems.
Yeah, the rainbow chard. So we can have red and white
and yellow.
Mm-hmm. And each one of these colors, even in addition to being pretty, color is vitamin. And
so every time you see the color, you know
so these have different vitamins than these have, and these have different vitamins than the white ones have. So vitamins are colors in our food. So.
And we're making this today with caper butter.
We are. This is the super easiest thing you can do. It's it's under Sweet Wind Farm in Hartford County. You dice Swiss chard, you saute it in a little bit of butter, hardly takes very long at all. Throw in half an orange, capers, and a dash of maple syrup, and literally 2 minutes.
Is this recipe in your cookbook?
It is under Sweet Wind Farm, and we're using maple syrup from Brookside Farm 2, and we're going to use B grade. Of
course, all from Connecticut.
Always.
Okay, let's start making this. Yes, I'm ready. Where you get this cooking lesson. And I understand you're working on your second cookbook. Are you done with it now?
I'm finished. Yay.
Excellent.
Globe Pequot Press has just been fantastic. They published Connecticut.
And what kind of cookbook is it?
It's New York City Farmer and Feast. So all 5 boroughs in the city and then the 4 counties to the north. So same premise. They told their stories, wrote recipes, traveled around and met everybody. And the difference is, you know, instead of going on dirt back roads, I was way up on tops of buildings. And
of course,
New York City. It was fun. Great growers in the city and great growers close to us too, which is kind of, and I played in beehives, which was frightening.
Oh, well actually you're hearing more and more of that happening in cities, people growing honey. All right, now you've chopped up all the Swiss chard.
Yep.
And added, is that butter?
Yes, it sautés very, very quickly. So you can already see that the color's going to start turning brighter on us. So we're going to take half an orange here. Let's toss that around a little bit.
Oh, you actually squeeze it right on there.
I do. You know, a lot of people have gadgets in the kitchen that you can, you know, squeeze it in.
I'm not one of those people.
Way more dishes than I want to, you know, wash.
I wouldn't know what to do with half the gadgets. That's why I don't have them. Okay, so now you're just squeezing it in. Do you zest any of the orange?
You can.
You can.
You can if you like. It's a nice finishing.
That's what I thought.
Very nice finishing touch. Okay. So there's some orange, which also adds vitamin C. We're going to throw in.
Oh, this is really healthy.
Capers. We are going to sweeten the capers with a dash of maple syrup. Notice I'm measuring really well.
That's the way I like to cook. I don't like to measure either.
And then we finish with a little bit
of sea salt?
Sea salt, pepper, and 1 more teaspoon of butter on top. And you can see that the bubbling down in there. That is.
Aren't you a little worried you're overcooking the lettuce?
No,
I mean lettuce. Swiss chard.
No, that's actually the maple syrup. That's the sugar burning. So 1 more tab of butter, and it will turn the orange juice.
Because I'd be worried I would overcook that. It's not. Okay.
No, I think we're good. You want to try some?
I would love
It's
to
nice
try
and hot.
some. Yeah. Since it's right here, let's try it a little bit.
One of the nice things about this recipe is, you know, look at what a colorful and easy, instant, last-minute side dish. If you're lazy, like I am around my house from time to time, go ahead. It's probably hot. I'll put an egg on top, a poached egg, or I'll serve it with leftover rice. Yeah, this is a meal you can eat any time of the day.
You can serve it with other things like I'm thinking a roast beef, porchetta. Anything like that?
Anything like that. It's very good with any kind of your shredded meats if you want to.
That's a really flavorful combination with the maple sugar
and the capers.
And the capers.
And then you just use kind of the darkness, the base notes of that to carry it. But this is packed with nutrition.
And
Look
it's
at
still
that.
crunchy. When I'm eating this, I can hear it's crunchy. It's great.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Good.
Thank you so much, Emily.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me as always, and thank you for supporting our local farms this time of year.
Anytime. And if you